Good morning. How are you? It's Linda here from Corporate to Cam. I usually go live in my group, The Well, on a Friday morning, and I had clients this morning, so I didn't do that. So I thought last week I went live on my Instagram. This week I'm going to go live on my Facebook page. I didn't want to come on today, hence the Linda is feeling anxious. I didn't really want to come on today, and I'll explain why later on, but I actually had two clients this morning, and one of them was feeling probably pretty similar to me, and I was trying to explain to them about consistency and showing up, and I was like, well, there's no point in actually saying all this shit if you don't do it for yourself and practice what you preach. And I'm such a big believer in practicing what I preach, so it was really important for me just to switch the live on today and go, hi, how are you? It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. So that was one of the reasons, and the reason that I was feeling quite anxious today is because yesterday, well actually Wednesday, I had a huge day on Wednesday recording loads of content, and I had such great help recording that. I'll talk about that again. Such great help recording so much content, like 6 hours recording content. It was off the charts, and I socially spent myself. Like yesterday I just was not fit for anything. By 2 o'clock I realised that I hadn't taken my ADHD meds, and by 2 o'clock for me there's absolutely no reason to take them because I need that kind of pump and pep around 9:30 to see me through. So that was where I was yesterday. I did nothing for the business in the morning. I looked after me. I needed to really switch off. Even though I was only with one other person on Wednesday, I had just talked so much to camera, and I had done so much and thought about so much that my mind was just crazy. And then a knock-on effect from that was just forgetting to take my meds, and it was oh my God. And then that left me with this underlying anxiety, and it was actually probably a good thing that I forgot to take my meds, because then you have this kind of, oh yeah, I need to do that. And it's a really good kind of experiment, because it just shows how important it is to have that structure in my day, to have that go-to. So I had that low level anxiety, which rocked into this morning, because it all has a knock-on effect. And I had made my decision last night that I wasn't going to get up early this morning because I was tired, because I had a slumpy day yesterday. Knock-on effect. I got the kids out of bed this morning, had a fight with the two kids. Knock-on effect, making me feel anxious, making me feel I'm not a good mother and all. It's just absolutely like domino, absolute domino. So just a long-winded explanation of why I felt it important for me to come on today and just say happy Friday. And as I say, I normally do this into the Well. I will post it in there into my online community. I'll be popping it on over on YouTube as well. So what I was talking about, one of my clients this morning, was that aspect of showing up. And what I think is really important on the days when we don't want to show up, and I have two big things on the days that we don't want to show up. Our planning is really helpful on the days that we don't want to show up. So for me this morning, I have X, Y, and Z planned to go out on a variety of social media platforms, so I don't have to worry about what content am I going to create, what. So the importance of planning that social media content, even if it's only for 2 weeks out, I like to have a month out and then kind of be thinking about, kind of get it all done in maybe 1 or 2 hours in the month, and think about the month ahead and maybe what's going to happen. And that actually ties in with the themes I have for my business in the year. But having that content scheduled, or that content laid out, it means that you don't have to think about it. You don't have to kind of be like, oh my God, scratching your head. A lot of my content is off the cuff. It's when I'm walking, when I'm just a variety of different stuff that I think about. So it's very kind of a stream of consciousness, pretty much like this as well. But on the days that if I really hadn't had a good word with myself to pop on the camera today, at least I know I'm doing something for my business for a social media aspect. So that's what I was explaining to my client this morning. It was like avoiding, it was I don't have time to create. Actually, it's not creating. I've given the template to them. It's not actually creating loads and loads of content. It's actually repurposing content that you have. It's knowing where you are as far as your message is concerned. It's knowing where you want to drive your customers as well. So when I hear I don't have time to create or to plan, I stick to plan really. I'm like, it doesn't take that much time. It's really an investment in your month. So even to kind of just do it roughly for the month. So saying taking, whether it's 28 to 31 days, and just kind of mapping it out in your head and understanding, so you're not going, oh my God, because that's what I think drives the overwhelm on social media platforms, is this, what am I going to post? What am I going to post? So really understanding, and then not posting on the platforms that don't work for you. So, maybe it is a case that, you just focus in on your Instagram, on your Facebook, or if LinkedIn and Pinterest is working for you, work over there, or just blanket post across the lot of them and see what sticks. But for me, I'm quite strategic about each platform and quite particular about my message that goes across. So it's just whatever suits you, but it's nearly a comfort blanket. Having that plan in place is nearly a little comfort blanket because you don't have to be thinking all the time. The other thing I would say is that for my perspective, I had 2 clients in the book this morning, because I actually generally don't take clients on a Friday morning, but I shifted a few things around to do a favour for a couple of clients, and maybe I should listen to my boundaries. No, I had time this morning. So what I wanted to do was like just move it around and bring those clients on board this morning. And it's really explaining to them that it doesn't matter once they have that plan in place. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about was reflection when we don't have time, or we haven't got that kind of penchant to move on during the day. So it's really important for me, when I feel like I'm not motivated as far as the business is concerned, to actually look back in short term, like not actually look back on the last week or so. Look back in the last 48 hours and look at what you've achieved in the last 48 hours, whether it was onboarding a new client, whether it was achieving leads from a freebie or a lead magnet, whether it was just speaking to somebody at a networking event and actually seeing, oh, okay, I've ticked a box and I really did something for my business in the last 48 hours. And for me, that usually kind of motivates me and pushes me on for that day. So it's kind of like that reflection piece is, it's not warranted every day, but it's definitely warranted on the days when I feel a little bit unmotivated. But actually it is something that could possibly become a habit for you to give you that motivation in the morning to kickstart your day. The other thing that I have going for me every morning is that I send 3 emails a day. So whether it's asking somebody to be on a podcast, or can I write a blog for you, and every kind of Sunday I'll sit down and I'll schedule the emails on the Sunday, and it's 3 going out Monday to Friday. And that feels like, I know the 3 could go out on a Monday morning, but that feels like it's a small little step for your business every single day. So that's one of my tools that I would say to my clients, is that if you don't have that motivation, at least on Sunday you scheduled that email to go out to push some PR into your business. So just 3 small tools that can help you on the days that you might not be motivated, or you might be feeling anxious, or you don't want to come on to camera. for me, I do, like, I'm part of a lot of these ADHD groups, and there is such a softly approach, and you know, a real kind of, you know, managing yourself and minding yourself, and I love that. I love that, you know, kind of giving yourself a big hug. For me, I really inputted a lot, and it really actually outputted a lot on Wednesday, and there was a lot of my energy, my social energy, my thoughts, my logic, everything was outputted on Wednesday, and yesterday was kind of a recuperation day. But with that recuperation, forgetting to take my meds kind of had this big knock-on effect. And for me, I kind of felt like I had given myself my hug and my rest yesterday. I could have easily done that today, and a lot of people would, and there's no judgment. But for me, if I had have done that today, it's what it leads into. That's what doesn't work for me, because if I didn't come on here today, if I cancelled my clients, obviously I wouldn't earn any money, but if I cancelled my clients, if I didn't come on here today, then you're leading into the weekend, and then you're like, am I going to do so? So it's all about that domino and that kind of habituation that can happen from kind of going a little bit insular on myself. So for me, I can be very logical and take kind of step back and look into my situation and go, okay, I've had Thursday to give myself a hug, have that self-care, have that downtime that I needed, and then Friday I need to take action. And I have my 2 clients that I saw this morning. I'm coming on here, my emails have gone out. I'm going to promote the podcast that I was on. I'll actually put it in the link. I was on an amazing podcast with Olivia Farrelly, No More Booze, which came out during the week. I sent out a newsletter at the top of the week highlighting 2 podcasts that I had released from the Corporate to Calm podcast as well. So kind of that's the reflection piece, looking back. So if you're feeling anxious, if you feel that, oh my God, I don't want to come on today, take that step back, remove yourself from the situation and start building these plans into your business. So start, you know, maybe today, look at next week. If you can give yourself 10 minutes to look at next week, and from Monday to Sunday, what you want to schedule, even just on 2 social media platforms. Look at the content you want to create, or can you repurpose some content? Can you schedule it? Can you use a scheduler to schedule it? And then reflect. And Friday is such a lovely time to reflect. For me, I reflect in the morning and I reflect in the evening, because reflection is kind of, for me, cutting the end of the day. So if I reflect, I know my day is finished. If I don't reflect, I'm kind of like, oh, what did I get done today? Oh, I didn't really do anything. And we are our harshest critics. And actually, yes, you did get loads done today. It's just that your mind is playing tricks on you, thinking that you didn't get anything done. So reflection and planning, reflection, and then just I've talked about a third one. I might have forgotten. There you go. That's stream of consciousness. Emails, planning, reflection, and emails. Hello. So yeah. Okay. So I'm not even going to remember what links I'm meant to put into the bottom of this. Hopefully I will. Olivia's podcast, and I'll put in a link to the newsletter as well. Like, seriously. #brain fog. Have a wonderful weekend. If you've watched here, thank you so much. If you're watching again, thank you so much. If you're watching YouTube, thank you so much. There will be links. I don't know if they'll be related. Maybe there'll be a link into somebody else's newsletter. Bye.